Hello, viewers, and welcome to yet another episode in the month of February under Conversations with Derek. In the first episode, we talked about how you can develop yourself becoming a purpose-driven leader and just prioritizing purpose before positions and leadership titles. In this second episode, I'm going to talk about a very interesting topic. And this is the headline that who you are is more important than really what you build. Really emphasizing on the aspect of inner formation as a leader and building your character, value system, and all that even before taking the step of leading other people or building initiatives and projects. And on this particular episode, I'm going to zero in on one aspect called character. We're going to understand what is character, why is it really important for you as a leader, even as you journey through your leadership journey, but generally even in life. And I understand many African leaders really are doing a lot of visible work out there. And a good number of them neglect inner formation. And this leads to a lot of character flaws, burnout, and, people not relating with you from a credible point of view. And I want to make this statement, probably you'll agree with it and you can chew it in and understand it. But I want to say that who you are is really more important than what you build. Who you are is really more important than what you build. A number of years ago, I was doing a class on leadership. I was doing a session on leadership and the facilitator talked about two main things. The facilitator said there are two aspects, character and personality. And he likened it with a tree. The stems, the branches that you see could be probably the personality and the most visible outward-facing traits. But he mentioned that actually character can be likened to the roots of that tree. That really brings a grounding for that tree. Same case to us. There are many things that we really want to build and being seen outside there. And they don't matter as much as what you really form inwardly. And this is character. And someone will probably ask, what is character? And I'll define character probably as a set of values or what you really stand for in terms of integrity, your belief systems, your values, and why all these also shape the person who you are. And I would want to say also that, character stems from probably our belief systems and the values that we really uphold. Miles Munro talked about character in a very in-depth manner. And he was giving an example. He was saying that it's better to be a poor person, but have a lot of character. And I'll relate it for this context. It's better maybe to not have a name, but be a person of character than really being known outside there or have it all, but really fail to have character. One of the statements that I was really sharing with a friend of mine quite recently, I was saying that in the journey of life, character flaws will always catch up with you. And I'm sure all of us have heard of these stories. Probably someone who was very flamboyant and they were known quite a lot in the social media space, in the political space. But after some years, something comes up and, some files are found that probably he was involved in corruption or did this and that. And, all that view and recognition and probably a sort of celebration we had to this person fades away. Why? Because you feel you've been cheated in a way. Because of one thing, the character was not as consistent. One of the things with character is that there's an aspect of consistency, the ability to display these traits, which are quite good for a very long time. And this is done mainly in private. Character starts in private, just as this tree that probably the roots are not seen and the tree is still standing. You might not be able to see character formation in the public space. Character formation really happens in the private space whereby you build your value system, you build your identity, and understand what you stand for and even why you stand for these things. And once that one is really checked on, you've done quite of this in the private space, then it more becomes like an offshoot when you're in the public space, that you will stand for what is right, regardless of who sees what you're doing or not. But character can be built over time, and it takes a lot of work. Just as when a building comes up, when you see 10-story building, or a skyscraper, there's a lot that went in the foundations. The deeper you are in terms of really forming your character, and this is your set of values and really what you stand for, it's the stronger you will be when it comes to standing in the public discourse or in the public arena, or in pursuing leadership, if I may put it that way. And how can you start? Really try and understand who you are. One of the greatest discussions that I'll always go back to is the aspect of identity. The aspect of identity, if I really understand who I am, then going a step further and understand why am I here, purpose, and understanding also an extra thing, whose you are, the question of origin in terms of where you came from, then that gives you a proper direction of how you can really start discussing around building values and what would really shape what we call character. I also want to bring another statement. Character really gives you credibility when you're standing before people. People really want to relate to someone who's very authentic. As a leader in whatever space you're in, people won't relate as much with other things more than even the character you uphold. Probably you can be the most eloquent person. You can be the person with the greatest ideas and all good things and all good initiatives and projects that probably you've started. You might also be having the best titles. You might be a founder. You might be a director of a particular organization. People won't look that as much. People will really relate with you when they see a person of character, that someone is able to display a consistent set of values that they really believe in. And with that, it gives you a bit of credibility, or authenticates your leadership journey. And one of the most common things that I'm really seeing, and probably I've also been a victim, most of the times we really want to grow so fast. We really want to, hit the ground running, especially the younger generation. We really want to blow up, if I may use that word, that we are able to make crazy money in quite a short time, or get this number of followers on social media. Sometimes people go to an extent of really bypassing what is right for you to have this kind of lifestyle or image. And I'll go back to the statement that I mentioned, that, character flaws will always catch up with you. And if you are an African change maker or a leader, you have to make that resolve yourself, that beginning now and today, I'll have to do what is right, even if it will take a number of years for me, to be recognized or to be known, but doing what is right over a set period of time. And one of the things that really might sustain your journey towards character formation is understanding the source of your values, your belief systems. And once you're really able to craft this, then you will be able to walk a journey of character formation that will outlast short-term gains or short-term recognitions. And you're going to be able to build a legacy. Many years back, someone, asked us if probably you would die today. And people are reading your eulogy and, talking about who you are and what you did. What do you think people will say about you? What do you think people will celebrate about you? And if really you are a person of good character, I'll bet with you that probably people will talk of the good things you did and the legacy that you left behind. And if it's vice versa, then you already know the answer. So start today, start now. Resolve to do what is right, resolve to walk with integrity, resolve to uphold your values no matter how hard. No matter how hard, resolve to really stand for what is right, stand for truth, integrity, justice, and all that. And that really forms who you truly will be and how much you will go. And thank you very much for really listening through this episode. Remember, really, the hallmark of leadership, as even Miles Monroe said, is character. Anyone who really aspires to be a leader, anyone who really aspires to be a change maker or a person of impact, then you'll have to really be a person of character. Good character, that is. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode. Even as we build up this conversation, I'm going to be talking about, the battle of the mind, what each and every leader faces, even as they go through their journey of leadership. But even as I close, I'll want to mention that I'm the founder of Afriweza, a leadership platform that brings in together people, especially entrepreneurs, change makers, and people making impact in the community. We're going to be having a summit in the month of March on 21st, and feel free to learn more about it through the different platforms that we do have. But just to give you a teaser or sort of a sneak peek, we're going to be talking about how, as a business or business people, can really scale up beyond the countries they operate in Africa to reach out to more countries and even the globe. So see you in the next episode, and feel free to engage with me on the different social media platforms, or even drop me an email at Derek@afriweza.com, and I'm looking forward to carry on these conversations on leadership and making sure that you become the better version of yourself, the best version of yourself, even as a leader in Africa and even the globe. Thank you very much.